Hello again, it's me Jessica with marketingforgreatness.com, the recovery attorney that turned herself into a forensic digital marketer, and now I help entrepreneurs and marketing teams build brands and monetize them. Yes! Well, if this is your first time, make sure that you subscribe because I'll be sharing more content just like this. And when you subscribe, you can get that content in the app and you don't have to miss anything, guys. So go ahead and just hit subscribe there. I always just say, sprinkle some love. All right, so let's talk about Bob Proctor, because if you read the title, you're here because you want to learn how is it that you can get more from this law of attraction. And even if you're curious about if these things such as law of attraction works, how can you put some things into practical steps so that you can see with your own eyes if it works or not? I can tell you, I have used it. It works all the time. So this tip that I'm going to be sharing with you has to do with how to reprogram your brain. Long story short, I grew up in a very poor environment. And to me, not having exposure to anything like how to be a leader, how to own a business, how to even manage being great with people. I needed to retrain myself. And I had my formal education as an attorney, but then when you get your license as an attorney, nobody tells you how are you going to turn that license into money, right? They say that you should have a job, but yeah, I had a job, and then I built my law practice, and then the recession wiped it out. I had to build myself one more time. And if it wasn't for the tools on personal growth that I got, I will tell you, I will not be here where I am today. So there's one exercise that completely changed the way that I now train my mind whenever I want to keep growing, which is an exercise that we should do very frequently. I feel that we should do that more frequently than what we actually do. I currently do mindset exercises where I just write down my goals and I write down my vision and I make sure that I'm tracking where I am 4 times a year. And I feel, again, sometimes it's not enough. So Bob Proctor has this powerful concept of paradigms. And the way that he teaches is actually making sense because in a way, everything that we do has been impacted by a thought that we have. That thought has turned into a belief. And sometimes you have beliefs there that you just carry on from your family, or you carry on from maybe a traumatic experience, but you just don't even think about it anymore. So I want to show you what Bob Proctor says about why whenever you find that you have paradigms that are limiting you to go to your next level, repetition will be the key to actually get rid of that paradigm. So let's watch what Bob Proctor says about why you need to do repetition. And then I'm going to tell you how does that repetition looks like and one exercise that I have for you. So let's watch Bob Proctor now.
It's repetition that actually changes it. Now here's why. I want you to look at this for a moment. Let the white line that I'm going to put on here represent the sound of my voice. The red line represents you listening to the sound of my voice. The white line represents my voice. Now think. So you go along and you're listening. Now there's a difference between listening and hearing. You can hear me and not listen to me. Kids are like that with their parents. Most people are like that with their spouse. They hear them, but they're not listening to them. And so they're in trouble. That's the way it works. So think what I'm saying again. The white line represents the sound of me talking. The red line represents you listening to me talking. Now, I'll go along and I'll be explaining something, an idea will hit. Where do you go? You go off on a thought trip. You see, those lines are what we call a thought frequency. And you'll be up here and you'll be thinking about that idea that hit your mind. All the while, the white line's still going. I'm still talking, but you don't hear it. You do hear it. You don't listen to it. And then you come back down and you start listening again. And you go along and bang, another idea hits and away you go on another thought trip. So you see, that is why we can listen to the same thing over and over. And you'll say, I never heard that on there before. I never heard that before. You could be reading it in a book and say, I don't ever remember seeing that in the book. That is because you would be reading, your eyes are going, but your mind is off somewhere else.
Isn't that interesting? I just always find so intriguing that Bob Proctor brings resources from the 1800s that today are more relevant than any other time. So repetition is key whenever we want to change a mindset. So there's one exercise that has helped me tremendously every time when I want to accomplish a goal and then I find an excuse. And that excuse, as Bob Proctor says, it is a paradigm. So let's say, for example, if you want to start your own business, and I want you to take a sheet, take a sheet of paper. I know that I cannot pronounce that word well. So I want you to open a new note. And then if you want to accomplish a goal, whatever it is, pick one goal. Let's say, for example, if you want to open your business, I want you to write why you are not opening your business today. And go ahead and write all of those reasons why. And then when you finish that, what you're going to do is I want you to be truthful and say that statement that you just wrote, it is a lie. Okay. And that is going to give you a list of the lies that you're telling to yourself. Okay. You know, many people talk about affirmations, but they don't realize that affirmations are very personal. And when you're retraining your brain using the power of repetition, affirmations are key, but not just any affirmation. So doing this exercise is going to lead you to write down affirmations that will fight the lies that you're telling to yourself. I would love to see the affirmations that you generate. A very good exercise that will help you with repetition will be that every day you actually write down 20 affirmations that are fighting the lies that you're telling to yourself. Go ahead and share that with our channels. We are in Instagram, we're here on YouTube, but we are also sharing this video in many other platforms. And we would love to inspire you to start this movement of the 20 affirmations every day. But just remember that they're tied up to the lies that you are telling to yourself. That is how you can create change throughout applying the repetition so that you reprogram your brain into thinking into the life that you want to live instead of thinking into how bad you have it and how hard it is. You know, we could do that, but why we would do that if we can do something else with our brains? I'm telling you, that works. So again, I hope this really helped you. And what I would love to do, if you're watching here, just remember you can subscribe, like, and comment. And that's the best way for you to support the content that we are creating. And that's something that tells us that we should create more content like this because you liked it. So bye for now.